which is us. And in this page, you get a whole existence, an existence of the Olympian beings, which is the motherfuckers who rule us now. But these beings here comes before these beings. But these beings are fallen beings now because they fell into what is called torturous. Torturous, that I showed you. Okay? Now, in the beginning, in this book, it says that there was Gaia and Tartarus. Gaia now is known as the earth. So, when we turn this shit this way, although this is the lowest and the last sphere in the final kingdom, why do they say earth is the final frontier? Because earth was in the damn beginning. It just wasn't physical. You see? That's why, how could the Bible say the kingdom will be on earth as well as in heaven, basically? Because it's not the physical earth. The kingdom was covered over with a physical illusion. You getting this? But in the beginning, there was the earth, and there was Tartarus, which is hell. And basically, these are two aspects of the same thing. So the church is telling you not to go to hell, motherfucker. That's what we're trying to get. Because in the end, there will be hell. Now, the Gnostic scripture is the one that Jesus, that this stuff was taken from and plagiarized from before his name was named Jesus. When they asked him, tell us about the end, he said, you'll know the end when you know the beginning. The Africans talk about the first day. You'll know the end when you know the beginning. You see? He said, I'll take the last and make them first, because the last is the damn first. Just went to sleep. You getting it? So hell is where we're supposed to go. So that's why the hell the movie when they tried to tell him to climb up to the gates of heaven. The gates of heaven is the second section of the gods that I told you about. He said, climb up to the gates of heaven and spawn and tear them down. It's all the way backwards. The church teaches you against yourself. Hell and Tartarus was in the beginning, as well as Gaia. But what the fuck is this Tartarus? That's what we need to understand. You're putting it all together. The Dogon in the Sirius mystery, or in the Pale Fox, which you can't get now, so get the Sirius mystery, Robert Temple's book, says in their mythology, in the beginning, before anything existed, Sirius B existed. If we know that this is out here is a reflection, then we know that it says this is the God that created both male and female from one single ejaculated semen in the Quran. He is the God of Sirius. In the Book of the Dead, it says, I set up a ladder to the gods, but I am one of them, and I holler like a goose until they hear my prayer and report it to Sirius, the chief star of the Egyptians, the chief star of the Persians, the chief star of the Arabia, the chief star of the Hebrew, which is the Star of David, or the star that the three wise men was following. The three wise men is the three fucking pyramids of Giza Plateau. Okay? It's also in the heavens, it's the three stars in Orion's belt. You got it? On earth, it's the three Giza Plateau following the chief star in Orion's belt, in the center of Orion's belt, Sirius. But that up there is a hologram of the Sirius. Guess where Sirius is? We sitting on the motherfucker right now. The Sirius B was in the beginning. It was a star. The star fell, and the energy of the star, the core of the star, is inside the middle of the damn earth. And in human terms, it's inside the middle of the brain, if you deal with correspondence. Sirius is known as the chief star in every civilization. Whether you go to the Native Americans, the Blue Star Kachina, whether you go to Islam, it's the star in the Quran. It's the chief star of the ancient Kemet. It's the star in India. It's Hari. The word Sirius means hair. Hare Krishna. Sirius. All the way in Asia. This is the chief star of the world. But where the hell is Sirius? Sirius, you sitting on the shit right now. And the Sirius B is on the inside of the planet. That's the hell that they're talking about. But it's also inside of us. Now, in this diagram, I got a picture of the diagram. This particular sphere dark, which is which is behind, which is in this particular one. Some Kabbalists don't put it on there because some of the Jews don't want to deal with it. Dark, which means dot, was up here. It fell. There's a little symbol right here. It fell down here. This particular dot is Sirius B inside of the earth. Sirius A, which is dark, becomes this. After it rises up, it'll go to the crown, Keva, which is illumination in Christ. Y'all getting this? In this particular document, which I should have blown up, but I'm going to try to put it on the what you call it. You'll see a picture of a tree of life. I show it to you right here. I put it on the camera so they can see it. There's a picture of the tree of life. This is the tree of life that you're looking at right here. The tree of life that's inside of here is what's going to happen when this little black dot that I showed you, that's right here, explodes. It's going to give birth to this particular tree within a tree, or wheel within a wheel, called the New Jerusalem. If this tree of life symbolizes your physical body, show you this picture. You see a tree within a tree, right? If this tree of life symbols your physical body, this particular sphere, inside of your head with this dot, when it explodes, it's going to give rise to a new tree or a New Jerusalem. You get it? Which is inside of you. That's the New Jerusalem. Let's go on. Which is Sirius B, which is a dwarf star that will one day rise up. So the original Satan is Sirius B, but they say, don't curse Satan in the Zohar. Even he too will be raised up as an angel of light. Let's go on. In the particular book, this particular book here, Kabbalah Unveiled, they got a section on the Philippa. I want to read this to you. Y'all all right? Are you all getting this? Yes. I want to read this to you. You got to turn this shit around, because ain't nothing coming to save your ass but yourself. But what comes, you got to understand, is not necessarily evil. If you are taught that it is evil, that makes you stagnant. What you're waiting on is the shit that you deny every day. Now, in here, it goes on to talk about the Philippa, and it is the shadow of God, and the demons are the most gross part of the universe. But it also says something very interesting here. It also says Philippa is also called the Sphinx, and it's called the enigma of life, which means that what we are called, he said that what we are calling demons is also called the Sphinx, the greatest statue on earth of the human spirit. You see? So the beast of Revelation is where? In the middle of the damn earth. That's the Sphinx. If a lion, is the lion called a beast? Right? It's in the middle of the earth. Beauty sits on top because that's a head of a woman before they blew the nose off. Because Sphinx, even in the Greek thing, is a female word. So beauty in the beast is the Sphinx. And that's the fallen daughter Shekinah, or Tiamat, or Leviathan, or Ma'at, or Set Ma'at, which is the symbol of a lion with a woman head. Rising up. There ain't no man. How the hell is it going to be a man here? If you go and look at every damn picture in Kemet, the most sacred animal with a lion's head and with a lion's head backwards and is a female body, which is Sekhmet. So the Sphinx is Sekhmet. That's the great beast 666. So in here he said, well, all of this shit we talking about, their Philippa, which is supposed to be the dark side of the tree, that no rabbis want to fuck with. They don't want to mess with it. because the demons are supposed to be there. He says in this book, it's the saints bearing witness that it makes sense. It's the beast. Now, the other part is the Sphinx is also called what? Horus on the horizon. And Heru is what? The Christ. So that means that the beast in Revelation, this is another bearing witness, that the beast in Revelation is the Christ. Where's the mark of the beast? It ain't no dollar bill. The mark of the beast is X marks the spot. That's in Malkuth. Which is where's mark of the beast? It's the goddamn third eye. 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, which is also carbon, which is the basis of what? Melanin. Not no goddamn shit. Some old barcode. First of all, they getting that bullshit from a white woman book from 1978. Your days are numbered. And from that woman's book and her damn research, all this other bullshit from the Illuminati and the dollar bill and the mark of the beast and the barcode, that's what that shit is. And actually the government puts that there because they put that there. First of all, they said in the mark of the beast you would not be able to buy or sell or trade with it. Well, that's the dollar bill. Being that we didn't have no motherfucking dollar bills in ancient world, we traded and bartered. But now they say you got to have a piece of paper to trade with. That prophecy came true. That ain't no fucking barcode. That's the damn dollar bill that's been in existence. That's the true mark of the beast. Even if you look at, even if some of the biblical things does give way to physical prophecy, it would be the dollar bill or capitalism. Depends on what system you're talking about. You get it? Check. All right. Let's go on because I got to get to this. I got to get on to the. So the Sphinx is the beast. It sits in the middle of the earth. Now, which is the Babylon of the Babylon lion. If you look at the word Babylon, a Babylonian, you will see lion up in there, which is doggone Sekhmet, which is Leviathan, and which is Tiamat, because her name is also Sekhmaya in Egypt. Sekhmaya. All these are parts of the fallen daughter. Just get the tape if you can't understand this stuff. Will be purified and give rise to something called the white stone, or the rock of ages, or the white ship. And that's the mothership that he's talking about. It's inside of you. The rock of ages, that's inside of you. That's all a part of the same ship. The Damien is the primal name of Titans, and the sons of chaos. I'm still finishing off this demon thing. The demon is something that is left behind from the destructions of the Titans. This is what the Greek mythology said. The Damien is this particular material that's left behind from the destruction of the Titans. Now, to make a long story short, there used to be, to wind this up, there used to be some shit called the primal world, which I started off at the beginning of the lecture, that they talk about these damn medias, is this leftover shit, or these comments, or these leftover things from this particular world before this earth was built, or this universe was built, or this particular section of the universe. The leftover material broke up in its medias and comments. Like somebody builds something and you got chips on the floor, like if you build a statue and you got chips on the damn floor. You get what I'm saying? But the chips is in our head because God, the original God, broke off a piece of itself and put it in each one of us, which makes it God. Okay, dealing with this particular information, the demons are something that's left behind after the destruction of the Titans or the Titans. When we used to be chaos beings or advanced beings ruling the earth, and after we was destroyed, this stuff left behind is on the inside of us. It's called the shadow. A shadow is something that is, sometimes they say when something is gone, they say it is a shadow of itself. So the shadow is that particular part of the primal world that's left behind, which is higher than the God realm in heaven that you are praying to. Okay? Now, that's what's left behind. A few things on the serious mystery. The Persians or the Phoenicians or the people or the Vedic Indians are called there the word Sirius leader, while the Romans knew Sirius as Jupiter Leptius, keeper of hell. Satan, Sutan, or Anubis is the keeper of hell. So Azazel, which we're going to get into in a few minutes, which was dealing with the movie Fallen, which you got to go back and rent, is a form of Tahuti or Anubis, keeper of hell. It's interesting because Azazel came to visit me 2 nights after the damn movie. My girl saw something moving around in the house. She said, there's something in here. Well, she can see that I see in another way. I see through this material. She sees through another way. She said, something moving around in here. I said, what? He came in. She said, he said his name is Azazel. I said, oh, okay. You mean the Azazel that we just saw in the movie, the Azazel in the book of Enoch? Right then I knew that the Azazel was on our side. He's the guardian of the gates of hell. Depends on what you think. Go get the movie Spawn. That's Azazel. You getting it? Okay, now. All right. The word Pliny, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm reading. Pliny, a Roman scholar, associated Sirius with the origins of honey at the time of its rising. Right.